Well, welcome to, I was going to say Coffee with Job, but Coca-Cola with Job. It is Wednesday morning, and we're still in this magnificent chapter 38, one of the greatest chapters in the Bible, and one of the most, I think, underappreciated. And we're just going to read from verse 19. We'll go through this bit by bit, and I just think it's wonderful. What is the way to the abode of light, and where does darkness reside? This is God speaking. Can you take me to their places? Do you know the paths to their dwellings? Surely you know, for you were already born. You've lived so many years. Well, I love the way that the Lord uses sarcasm, but I love this picture of death, and not death, but darkness and light having dwellings. And then on to verse 22. Have you entered the storehouses of the snow, or seen the storehouses of the hail, which I reserve for times of trouble, for days of war and battle? What is the way to the place where the lightning is dispersed, or the place where the east winds are scattered over the earth? Who cuts a channel for the torrents of rain, and a path for the thunderstorm, to water a land where no one lives, an uninhabited desert, to satisfy a desolate wasteland, and make it sprout with grass? Don't we just stop there? Now the snow, the hail, and the ice. I remember a hailstorm in Aviemore one time, and this doesn't often happen in Scotland, but the hail was massive, and people were just standing in absolute wonder. All of this has an origin. God has done all this. That's what's being said, and God knows all this. But what gets me in this is verses 26 and 27, he's watering a land where no one lives, an uninhabited desert, to satisfy a desolate wasteland. And that just reminds us that not all of creation is for humanity. Now, there are two extremes here. Some people denigrate humanity. We're nothing, we're just animals. But other people, they make everything for humanity. And that's just not the case. Everything is not for humanity. And then the last bit, I love this. Does the rain have a father? Does the rain have a father? Yeah, it does. Does the rain have a father? Who fathers the drops of dew? From whose womb comes the ice? Who gives birth to the frost from the heavens, when the waters become hard as stone, when the surface of the deep is frozen? Long before Disney, there was Frozen. And again, it's just such a wonderful and such a beautiful picture. Now, let me give two simple applications here of all of this. First is this: we can enjoy the world that God has made. Sometimes the best cure for depression is to go for a walk and to observe the world as God has made. Aitkenson says it is by enjoying the Creator's handiwork that we often begin to feel again the touch of the Creator's hand. And it's true. Even this morning, I came out here and sat on this balcony, and it was dark. It was early in the morning, 5:30, and then the sun began to rise, and just everything lifted. It was just absolutely wonderful. Now you can see the sun's going down. But another application here is just simply this: to let God be God. We constantly make ourselves the center of the universe. But could we run the world? No. In terms of the moral universe or the physical universe, we should be thankful that God is in control, and that as he says in verse 11, to the waves, this further, no further. As far you may come. Or take Isaiah 40 and verse 26. Lift your eyes and look to the heavens. Who created all these? He who brings out the starry host one by one and calls them each by name. Because of his great power and mighty strength, not one of them is missing. Lady Julian of Norwich tells of a vision in which God's holding in his hand a small round object like a nut, and she says, well, what are you holding? And he says, everything. What's in there? Everything. How great is our God? That's what this chapter is telling us. He's got the whole world in his hands. Do you not think he can cope with us and look after us? Okay, see you tomorrow, folks. Bye.